HowExpert! Top 10 Swimming Tips. HowExpert publishes quick how-to guides on all topics from A to Z by everyday experts. Visit HowExpert.com to learn more. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more HowExpert Top 10 videos in the future. Moving on, let's talk about the HowExpert Top 10 Swimming Tips. Number 10. As a beginner swimmer, focus on your breath and being comfortable in the water. Start in shallow water, at a beach, or in the shallow end of a pool. This way you can focus on your breath and grow accustomed to the feel of the water, knowing the ground is not too far below. Blow bubbles in the water without plugging your nose. To practice, breathe out through your nose with your head down, bringing your head up to breathe in through your mouth. Pretend your mouth and your nose are motorboats. Turn your motorboat on by blowing bubbles out of your mouth while simultaneously blowing out of your nose. Number 9. As you grow more comfortable in the water, float on the surface of the water by breathing in and out while laying on your back. Be aware of how your body moves up and down as you breathe in and out. Try this on your back and stomach. Become used to submerging your head and holding your breath, slowly blowing out from your nose. Then try breathing side to side. Resist the temptation to lift your head above water. Breathing bilaterally should be a goal since it's not intuitive. As you become more advanced, begin to practice breathing bilaterally, only lifting one goggle out of the water while the other rests below the surface. You will see plenty of Olympic swimmers doing this while swimming efficient freestyle. Number 8. To practice streamlined position, lay belly flat in the water with your arms straight up overhead, hands clasped one over the other and drawn behind your ears. If you have someone with you in the water, ask them to hold your streamlined hands out in front of you as you kick and move forward. Here are 2 tips to having a successful streamline. Make sure your arms are straight at all times and hold your arms straight behind your ears. This allows your latissimus dorsi muscles, your lats, to become more flexible and used to being pulled into this position. Let your body become rocket-shaped, your limbs pointing forward in an aerodynamic position. Number 7. During freestyle, focus on having a core-centered stroke. This means rotating from the hips, taking one stroke on the right, then rotating to the left. Rather than rotating from the shoulders, use your entire body to rotate from one side to the other. As you finish pulling through a full stroke with your right arm, your tightened core should already be twisting back to the other side. As you become accustomed to swimming freestyle, become aware of how much water you pull with each stroke. Make sure that you bend your arm at the elbow and set your hand up to pull a lot of water at the beginning of the stroke. Even your forearm muscles should be sore by the end of the workout, since you want the water to hit them as they press against the water. Since free is the most common and most efficient stroke, it's important to nail freestyle to set a baseline for learning other strokes. Number 6. For backstroke, work on rotating from your hips rather than your shoulders. Think of backstroke the same way as having a core-centered stroke in freestyle. In backstroke, either one of your hips should face upward at any given time, guiding your shoulder and the rest of your body in rotation. As you take a stroke, reach overhead and grab water. As you pull down, hold a slight bend in the forearm. Pull down so that you're feeling water pressure against your whole arm, throwing the water down past your hip. A full stroke of backstroke will end when your fingertips touch your thigh. Don't forget to motorboat kick your legs for speed. Number 5. In both butterfly and breaststroke, the most important thing for both strokes, yes, you guessed it, is to guide the stroke with your hips. As you throw both your arms forward together in a butterfly stroke over your head, your hips should pop out of the water and your chest press down. As you finish your stroke by pulling both of your hands down through the water past your hips, your head comes up for a breath. In breaststroke, practice kicking first. Like frog legs, pull your knees up towards you. As your legs come up and spread on either side of your hips, you'll want to make them a 90-degree angle before pressing against the water with your feet, kicking down so that your legs straighten. Make sure your ankles kiss at the end of a full breaststroke kick. With Breaststroke Arms, start each stroke with the arms straight out in front of you. Press both hands and forearms against the water so you feel the pressure from the water against your arms. Draw your arms in together so that you're holding the water in front of your chest. At the same time, your head comes up for a breath, your hips dropping slightly. Next, immediately shoot them forward to begin the next stroke. Your head will follow your arms back into the water, while your hips come back up to the surface. Be patient with yourself, especially with a breaststroke kick. This feels highly unnatural at first. Number 4. With flip turns, make sure that you breathe out the entire time you're somersaulting so you don't get water in your nose. Everything comes back to breathing. When you're doing flip turns for the first time, practice them away from a wall, somersaulting in open water. Practice blowing out of your nose the whole time you're somersaulting. As you get more comfortable, move towards a wall and practice a real flip. As your legs hit the wall before pushing off in the reverse direction, make sure they're at a 90-degree angle. After somersaulting, you should be facing upward toward the ceiling or sky. Once you're in this position, push off the wall as if you're bouncing off a springboard. Number 3. For the perfect dive, lead your body with your fingertips touching the water first, followed by your head. Do not belly flop. Ouch. Start practicing by diving off the side of the pool. Clasp your hands together overhead in a straight, streamlined position. Kneel with your toes curled over the edge of the pool deck on whichever foot feels most comfortable. When you begin to dive off the block, you'll want to mimic a track race start position. Grab the front edge of the board, your back foot hinged with your heel up in the air. When you get better at diving, practice pressing your hands against the block for momentum, shooting your arms into a streamlined position, launching off with your feet simultaneously, like you're trying to jump off a launch pad, and tightening your muscles in the air to form a straight line at a 45-degree angle. First, focus on not being afraid of diving headfirst into the water. It takes a few tries. Number 2. When you've become a more intermediate level swimmer, the key to consistency is writing sets for yourself to complete. Sets and swim races are written in terms of the number of yards swam. A 100-yard race is 4 lengths back and forth, since each length of the pool is 25 yards. You will want to create sets, primarily of 25s, 1 length, 50s, 2 lengths, and 100s, 4 lengths, to start. For example, you can create a set of 4 50s, 25 drill down, and 25 swim back on the 1:30, 1 minute and 30 second interval. This means you'll swim a total of 4 50s, down and back. The first length of each 50 will be a drill, and the next 25, or length, of the 50 will be regular freestyle. Depending on the heart rate you want to reach when working out, adjust the intervals and distance. There are many swimming workouts available online, on sites like US Masters Swimming and Swimming World Magazine. Number 1. Best value tip. Absolutely do not give up and strive for consistency. It can be frustrating to get in the water, especially on a cold, early morning. Like any other skill, you must practice and be consistent. If you only have time for a 30-minute workout every other day, that is so much better than going to the pool for 1 to 2 hours only once a week. If you only have 15 minutes to get in, take advantage of this time. You'll feel so much better after getting in rather than not swimming. Print out inspiring quotes and paste them around your house or car. This simple act will help you stay positive, even on the hardest days. Knowing that record-breaking athletes and change-makers also had tough days, but they were persistent. If you liked our video, be sure to click like and subscribe for more HowExpert Top 10 videos for all topics from A to Z in the future. Also, let us know what other topics you want us to do a HowExpert Top 10 video in the future in the comments below. Thank you. Have an amazing day and take care. HowExpert publishes quick how-to guides on all topics from A to Z by everyday experts. Visit HowExpert.com to learn more.